Welcome back. It is day 3 of our New Year Healthy Habits series, and today we're going to be talking about our second pillar of lifestyle medicine, which is physical activity. So what are physical activity recommendations and guidelines? For adults ages 18 to 64 years old, it is recommended that we partake in 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity activity weekly, or 75 to 150 minutes of vigorous intensity activity weekly, along with 2 or more days per week of strength training. So let's break this down. What does this actually look like? So for moderate intensity activity, which we'll get into the definition of each of the types of activity in just a moment, this is going to work out to about 21 to 42 minutes per day, or 30 to 60 minutes 5 times a week of moderate intensity activity. And then for vigorous intensity activity, it's going to be 75 to 150 minutes. So that works out to being about 11 to 21 minutes per day, or 15 to 30 minutes 5 days per week. And then, of course, we want to add on those 2 or more days of strength training as well. So if we break it down into daily activity, for example, for vigorous activity, we really only have to be doing 11 to 21 minutes per day. So that's not a huge chunk of our day-to-day, but this is a challenge to incorporate into a lot of our lifestyles. So let's look at the different types of exercise. So moderate activity is something that gets your heart rate up, but doesn't necessarily break a huge sweat. So these are going to be activities like brisk walking, light cycling, water aerobics, doubles tennis, or gardening. House cleaning and chores also tends to fall on this list as we're moving around and working up our heart rate. Vigorous activity is going to be something that elevates our heart rate a little bit more. Something like running or jogging, fast cycling, or uphill cycling, swimming laps, high intensity interval training, which will basically is super intense activity for about 20 to 30 seconds at a time, followed by rest and repetition, as well as playing singles tennis. So maybe a little bit more movement on the court to jump from doubles to singles tennis from moderate to vigorous activity. And then strength training is going to be weightlifting, using weights such as dumbbells or barbells, body weight exercises such as push-ups, squats, lunges, planks, resistant band exercises, Pilates, or core strengthening as well. So what are the benefits of exercise? Exercise is huge when it comes to improving our cardiovascular health. So yesterday we talked about modifiable cardiovascular risk factors, and those are things that we do on the daily basis that can either really help and improve our cardiovascular risk, or if we don't do them on the daily basis, can hinder and can cause us to have significant cardiovascular risk. So exercise, or lack thereof, living a sedentary life, is an enormous cardiovascular risk factor. Exercise also enhances our muscle strength and endurance. So each of our muscles is supplied by mitochondria, and mitochondria are little organelles or little parts of each individual cell that are responsible for producing energy and producing the energy that our body uses to create sustained muscle contraction, for example. And when we exercise, we increase our mitochondrial density, and this basically means we have more mitochondria per cell. These mitochondria are constantly creating energy, but also constantly allowing our body to burn up some of the sugars and fats that we have in our body. So just increasing our muscle strength and increasing our muscle mass actually is going to increase our overall basal metabolic rate and increase the amount of energy that our body just naturally burns each day. So this is also going to contribute to weight management, boosting our mental health and reducing stress. Exercise is an enormous stress reliever. And it's going to improve our sleep quality. So by using up a bunch of energy during the day, we end up being more tired at nighttime and have higher quality sleep. So exercise and aerobic capacity. So this is kind of what I was talking about before about the mitochondria in each of our cells. So The acute effects of exercise increase our oxygen demand. Obviously, when you're exercising, you start to breathe heavy, and your body starts to require more oxygen. We increase our cardiac output, our heart rate beats faster, and it also pumps more effectively. And we have enhanced respiration. So all of these things really just support the aerobic capacity of our heart and of our blood vessels. For long-term exercise, exercise increases something called our VO2 max, which is basically our body's ability and our body's efficiency at using the oxygen in our bloodstream. So oxygen starts in the atmosphere, goes into our lungs, then goes into our bloodstream, and then gets uptaken by each and every little cell in our body. Oxygen's kind of pointless just hanging out in the bloodstream if it can't get into the cells. So this is a really great way to improve our efficiency of utilizing the oxygen in our blood supply. It enhances our circulation, increases our mitochondrial density once again. It results in a stronger heart muscle, as well as better glucose regulation and decreased adiposity, or decreased amount of fat in the body. So clearly we can see exercise has a really, really great impact on our kind of body function. So just like yesterday, how I challenged you to eat a whole food plant-based meal, today I want to challenge you to get in some exercise. Our goal is going to be at least 21 to 42 minutes of moderate intensity and at least 11 to 21 minutes of vigorous intensity, if that's something that you're looking to do today. Or you can try and get in some strength training, lift some weights, or do some body weight exercises. I love to use just YouTube, looking up a video. Honestly, these days you can type in anything, such as 15-minute body weight exercise, and 9 times out of 10, a really great video will pop up. So I challenge you to do that today. And again, here are my resources: the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, American Heart Association, as well as the Centers for Disease Control. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.